The WWE Universe has been hit with a shockwave so devastating that the very foundations of the locker room are trembling. Jimmy Uso, the high-flying, charismatic, fan-favorite superstar, one half of the Usos, and a living legend in the making, has reportedly been involved in a serious crash that has left him in critical condition. And before you dismiss it as just another injury report, hear this: sources close to the situation are calling it life-threatening. This isn't a kayfabe storyline. This isn't some exaggerated, injury angle for ratings. This is real, and it's terrifying. Details are still emerging, but here's what we know so far. Jimmy was reportedly traveling late last night in his personal vehicle when he collided with another car at high speed. Eyewitnesses at the scene describe a devastating impact: airbags deployed, metal twisted, and the sounds of the crash echoing across the quiet streets. Emergency responders arrived within minutes. Paramedics worked frantically to stabilize Jimmy before rushing him to a nearby trauma center. Doctors are reportedly monitoring him around the clock, but the situation remains extremely critical. The news broke first through social media, with fans and fellow superstars expressing immediate shock and concern. Roman Reigns, his cousin and the head of the Bloodline, reportedly left the WWE Performance Center immediately upon hearing. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, longtime friends and rivals, were seen arriving at the hospital hours later, refusing to speak to the press. Backstage sources say the locker room is in chaos, with wrestlers in tears, pacing, and demanding updates. But here's the kicker: WWE hasn't released an official statement yet. Instead, fans are left scouring social media for updates, relying on eyewitnesses, family posts, and cryptic messages from other superstars. One insider told me, the company is trying to keep the situation private, but every minute that passes without a statement makes the tension worse. The fans are furious they aren't being told the truth directly. The WWE Universe woke up this morning to messages, tweets, and posts that felt like a punch to the gut. Fans, superstars, and commentators alike flooded social media with disbelief and fear. Roman Reigns, normally the calm and stoic, tribal chief, reportedly broke down in the locker room when he first got the news. Sources say he was pacing, fists clenched, and muttering under his breath. Not him. Not Jimmy. This can't be real. The Bloodline, who've been more than just a faction, their family, are reportedly on edge. Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, and even Paul Heyman were seen at the hospital hours after the crash, refusing all interviews and phone calls. The mood backstage at WWE is reportedly tense, silent, and heavy, something rarely seen in the hyper-competitive world of pro wrestling. Fans were quick to react. #Pray for Jimmy started trending worldwide within minutes. Supportive messages flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Signs appeared at arenas reading, "Get well soon, Jimmy. The ring isn't the same without you. Bloodline forever." Even superstars from rival promotions reached out, showing solidarity. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and AJ Styles posted messages of hope and prayers, proving the respect Jimmy commands across the entire wrestling world. As for the hospital update, sources say Jimmy remains in critical condition, with doctors monitoring internal injuries, broken bones, and possible head trauma. While exact details are being kept private, insiders hint that the medical team is cautiously optimistic, but every hour is crucial. The term, critical condition, in medical terms means that Jimmy's life is at serious risk, and any sudden change could be dangerous. Meanwhile, WWE is scrambling behind the scenes. The company faces an unprecedented situation. How do you continue storylines and live shows when one of your top stars is fighting for his life? Backstage sources claim creative teams have halted all plans involving Jimmy and the Usos until they know more. Roman Reigns reportedly refused to appear on shows until he receives updates on his cousin. And here's the part that's shaking fans to their core: the ripple effect on upcoming pay-per-views. The Usos were scheduled for a major tag title defense, and Roman Reigns was set to headline a premium live event. Now, everything is in limbo. Reports indicate WWE executives are debating whether to postpone matches, rewrite storylines, or even scrap certain events entirely. Jimmy Uso isn't just a WWE superstar, he's family. And when family is hurt, emotions run deeper than any storyline or promo ever could. Backstage, sources report that Jey Uso, Jimmy's twin brother and tag team partner, collapsed in the locker room upon hearing the news. He reportedly refused to speak to anyone for hours, only quietly staring at his phone, reading updates, and whispering, "Not my brother, not my twin." Roman Reigns, who has carried the Bloodline as the tribal chief for years, reportedly called an emergency meeting with other members. According to insiders, he didn't bark orders or plan storylines, he wept. Even someone like Reigns, who is known for his stoic persona, couldn't hide his emotion. Other superstars were equally shaken. Becky Lynch reportedly asked backstage staff if she could visit Jimmy in the hospital, even though she and Jimmy don't often cross storylines. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, lifelong friends and sometimes on-screen rivals, were also reportedly at the hospital, pacing the halls and demanding updates from medical staff. Fans reacted instantly. #Pray for Jimmy dominated trending topics worldwide. Twitter exploded with thousands of heartfelt messages. One fan tweeted, "Jimmy gave us everything in the ring. Now it's our turn to send strength and love. #Pray for Jimmy." Social media wasn't just fans. Legends like The Rock, John Cena, and Stone Cold Steve Austin sent private messages and posts expressing shock and support. Even AEW stars reached out, showing the wrestling community is truly united in this moment of crisis. WWE itself is reportedly in a state of panic. Internal meetings are ongoing 24/7. Executives are reportedly debating how to proceed with live events, pay-per-views, and television tapings without further upsetting the locker room or fans. Creative teams have had to rewrite scripts, postpone storylines, and cancel promos that would have featured the Usos or Roman Reigns. The long-term implications could be massive. If Jimmy remains in critical condition for an extended period, the Usos' tag team storyline is in limbo. Roman Reigns' tribal chief arc could be disrupted. Merchandise, live appearances, and fan events may be delayed or cancelled. It's more than just a wrestling problem. It's a human crisis impacting storylines, fans, and the very future of WWE programming. Hospital sources report that Jimmy Uso remains in critical condition, with doctors closely monitoring his vital signs and internal injuries. Every heartbeat, every update, is a rollercoaster for family, friends, and fans alike. Critical condition doesn't just mean serious. It means life hangs in the balance, and any sudden change could be catastrophic. Backstage at WWE, the atmosphere is heavy with fear and uncertainty. Superstars are reportedly sending messages to the hospital around the clock, some walking out of shows to be by his side. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and the Bloodline are said to be rotating shifts at the hospital, the kind of dedication only family can explain. Even longtime rivals are reportedly showing solidarity. Kevin Owens allegedly stayed overnight in the waiting room, refusing to leave, sending updates to fans and journalists with permission from WWE management. The fan response has been unprecedented. Social media is flooded with messages of hope, prayers, and love. #Pray for Jimmy is trending globally. Fans are organizing virtual vigils, and arenas are preparing to honor him during live shows, holding banners, chants, and moments of silence for the wrestling legend. Merchandise sales of the Usos' gear have reportedly spiked, with proceeds going toward supporting Jimmy's medical care, a grassroots movement by fans to show real-world support. Inside WWE, executives are scrambling. Live events, storylines, and TV tapings are being rewritten at lightning speed. Some wrestlers reportedly refused to appear on camera unless Jimmy's condition was acknowledged in some way. Creative teams are dealing with the impossible task of balancing business continuity with respect for a superstar fighting for his life. And here's the part that's shaking the WWE universe to its core. Sources hint that Jimmy's injuries could have long-term effects, possibly even threatening his in-ring career. Doctors are reportedly cautioning against rushing recovery, meaning months, maybe even a year, could pass before he steps back into a ring. The ripple effect is enormous. Tag team divisions may be reshaped. Tribal chief storylines could be rewritten. WWE's PR strategy is under intense scrutiny. Fans and superstars alike are left with a haunting question. Will Jimmy ever return to the WWE ring, or is this the start of the most serious crisis the company has faced in decades? The WWE locker room has reportedly been transformed into a vigil zone. Superstars aren't training as usual. They're checking phones constantly, pacing, whispering updates, and sending texts to Jimmy's family. Even those usually focused on their own storylines are now united by fear and concern. Roman Reigns is said to have personally coordinated a 24-hour rotation for Bloodline members at the hospital. Jey Uso reportedly hasn't left his twins' side since hearing the news. Solo Sikoa and Paul Heyman are acting as emotional anchors, keeping the family together while the medical team fights to stabilize Jimmy. Fans have taken action on a scale WWE has never seen before. #Pray for Jimmy, #Justice for Jimmy, and #Bloodline Forever are trending in multiple countries simultaneously. Fan accounts are organizing charity streams and donation drives, some even calling for WWE to dedicate live shows to Jimmy's recovery. Signs reading, "The ring isn't the same without you," and "Get well soon Jimmy," are appearing at arenas worldwide. Even WWE superstars outside the immediate circle have spoken out. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, and even legends like Trish Stratus and The Rock have sent heartfelt messages online. Some stars are reportedly demanding that WWE publicly acknowledge Jimmy's situation on live TV, insisting that fans see the respect he deserves. Backstage, WWE executives are reportedly in crisis mode. Live shows, pay-per-views, and storylines have been put on hold or rewritten entirely. Creative teams are struggling to balance business continuity with the emotional reality of Jimmy's condition. Sources indicate some talent have refused to participate in segments until WWE acknowledges Jimmy's fight, showing the unprecedented solidarity within the locker room. The potential long-term impact on WWE storylines is massive. The Usos' tag team storylines are uncertain. Tribal chief arcs involving Roman Reigns could be altered. Merchandise, live appearances, and events may be postponed or cancelled. And most importantly, fans and wrestlers alike are now demanding accountability and transparency. Rumors continue to swirl about Jimmy's recovery timeline. Some insiders warn it could take months, possibly a year, for him to safely return. Other whispers suggest he might have injuries that permanently affect his in-ring career, a terrifying reality for a superstar at his peak. But amid all the fear and chaos, one thing is clear: the wrestling world is united. The fans, the locker room, and even rival promotions are standing together, sending messages of hope, strength, and love. Jimmy Uso may be fighting for his life, but he's also fighting for the hearts of millions who believe in him. As Jimmy Uso fights for his life, the ripple effects continue to shake WWE to its core. Sources say that the locker room is still in shock, and the emotional toll is staggering. Roman Reigns, usually the unflinching, tribal chief, is reportedly acting more like a protective brother than a champion. He's been checking in constantly with medical staff, coordinating updates to fans, and even personally reaching out to WWE management to ensure Jimmy receives the care and respect he deserves. Jey Uso, meanwhile, has reportedly refused to leave the hospital for more than a few minutes at a time, spending long hours at his twin's bedside. Fans, meanwhile, are taking the fight to social media and beyond. #Pray for Jimmy continues to trend worldwide, with millions sending messages of hope. Some fans have even coordinated drives to send flowers, cards, and personal messages to Jimmy and his family. A few major fan accounts have started fundraising campaigns to support medical expenses, even though WWE is reportedly covering the majority of costs. The grassroots support has reached unprecedented levels, showing just how beloved Jimmy truly is. Backstage, WWE is reportedly in chaos. Planned storylines, promos, and live appearances are being rewritten on the fly. Creative teams are scrambling to keep the weekly programming going while respecting the reality of the situation. Some talent have even refused to perform unless Jimmy's condition is acknowledged on air, demonstrating solidarity with their fallen teammate. Rumors have begun circulating about a possible tribute episode. Some insiders claim WWE is considering dedicating an entire Raw or SmackDown to Jimmy's recovery, including video packages, messages from superstars, and fan tributes. This would be unprecedented, but in the eyes of fans and wrestlers, it's the least that can be done. Medical sources caution that Jimmy's road to recovery will be long and uncertain. He may require multiple surgeries and months of rehabilitation, and there are whispers that certain injuries could permanently impact his in-ring abilities. Every heartbeat, every update is now a test of both patience and faith for family, fans, and the WWE Universe.